road trip. We're going on a 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 road trip.
So I'm not sure how well this is going to work. We told the girls I had to run an errand today and that we needed to borrow Auntie Katie's Expedition, and they said they wanted to come along because they could watch TV. They've been not paying attention this morning as we've been loading up the last bits of the car. We also packed last night and the past few nights just so they don't know what's going on. Hopefully we can catch that they're going to be surprised here really soon, and it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes them to figure out that we're actually going somewhere.
Say cheese. Say cheese. Girls, where do you think we're going?
To go sledding.
Where else?
To the foot mountains. To the snowy mountains. No, to the foot mountains.
Yeah, we're going to the snowy mountains.
No, it's called the foot mountains.
So we get to go stay in a little house for 2 nights. We're going on vacation.
And we're taking Guinness.
Oh.
Now that we got settled in, we're gonna fix lunch for the girls. I just started dinner, which is gonna be interesting because we're trying to make a sous vide steak. Don't mind the cup holding the food down so it doesn't float. I think we might go check out Little Payette Lake here after we eat lunch and see if it's frozen. And if it's frozen, maybe we can ice skate on it. I'm hoping. How's your lunch, Ami?
Good peanut butter jelly.
Eliana, how was your lunch?
Good.
Hey, how's your lunch, Kim?
Good.
I had peanut butter and jelly. Mine was good. You girls are playing Legos? That's cool. So I wanted to take the girls ice skating, so after lunch we packed up and headed out to Little Payette Lake. Turns out there was about 2 feet of snow on the lake, so we couldn't skate. So we went back to downtown McCall, a couple blocks away to where the beach is normally at in the summer, and we decided to go sledding on the hill. The girls were completely worn out after sledding, so we put a movie on and let them play Legos while Kim and I started working on dinner. By the time we got back from the lake, our steaks have been cooking in a sous vide water bath for at least 4 hours now. So we started off working on our sides. We've got some sauteed broccoli and some butter with some salt and pepper. And then one of my favorites, a sweet corn with a reduced butter and corn sauce. And then I made a little bit of a steak sauce with some of the drippings from the sous vide steak. And then on to the disaster of the evening, which was some sweet potatoes that I undercooked. So I ended up having to take them out, tried mashing them, and they were just way too hard. So I ended up kind of boiling them in a pot on the stove and was able to get something that kind of resembled mashed sweet potatoes. Not exactly my finest hour of cooking, but it ended up working out all right, I guess. And I took the steaks out of the sous vide and I tried searing them on a pan on the stove. And so I'm going to get those cut up. You can see it came out pretty decent, medium rare, and the flavor was, it was decent. So I'm going to cut these up and I'm going to get them on the plate and try to do a little bit of fancy presentation, which is kind of hard to do when you just have corn, broccoli, and steak. But, if I learn anything from Chop, it's that plating matters, or the judges are going to throw you out. After dinner, we were all just really exhausted from playing in the snow so much and walking around up and down the hill and from really a long drive. So we had a really big dinner. It was delicious. And we just kind of hung out, watched the movie a little bit longer, cleaned up the Legos, went to bed. Well, snowed a little bit more last night. Thankfully, we saw some other people lift their windshield wipers up so they don't freeze. I did that. Also, the snowplow came by and plowed our driveway, which is great, except they plowed us in. I am currently working on shoveling our car out of the snow. I'm going to the doctor with Amelie and Eliana, and Eliana's going to check me in, so go ahead and ask your questions.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
What's your name?
Josiah. Josiah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
Do you like berries?
I do
What
like,
kind of berries?
I like berries.
Do you have anything wrong with you?
My shoulder hurts a little bit.
Are you allergic to anything?
No, not allergic. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I'm going to give you this clipboard and you'll have to sit not where Chewbacca is.
So if you watched one of our Vlogmas videos this past year, actually it was 2 of our Vlogmas videos this past year, you'll see that I'm a little bit obsessed with coffee. So I decided to bring some fresh ground beans and my pour over and made some coffee here. I'll spare everybody the pain, especially those who commented about not wanting to watch me spend 10 minutes on coffee, and just tell you I made coffee. It was delicious. It was necessary to get going in the morning. That's all.
She's gonna go into the ice cave. Somebody built one before we got here.
What?
I said somebody built an ice cave before we got here. Pretty cool. Ta-da! You're way up there. And Guinness just rather sit in the car.
As I showed you earlier, we had a snowplow come and plow a bunch of snow in front of our car. I dug most of it out. What I didn't realize at the time is after the snowplow comes, a front end loader comes and takes all that snow and dumps it on the side of the driveway. So we decided, instead of driving around town looking for a hill, why don't we just turn this giant pile of snow next to our driveway into a sledding hill? And as you can see, it worked out really well.
What you doing in there, Ami? What is that?
Ice palace.
Is that Elsa's ice palace?
Ice gotta fight ice. Ooh, icicle.
Hey, is that Elsa's ice palace?
Yeah. I decorated it.
Now, for what would become our ultimate test of coordination on this trip, I have a coworker of mine who happened to have 4 pairs of snowshoes that he let us borrow, 2 pairs of kids' snowshoes and 2 pair of adult snowshoes. It was perfect. So what you're seeing here is us trying out snowshoes with the girls. We were thinking that we were going to go to Ponderosa State Park and do some snowshoeing. We realized after a few minutes of practice that we may have set our sights a little bit high for our first time snowshoeing. So instead, we decided to lower our expectations, take a little break for lunch, and regroup afterwards. After lunch, the girls played a fun little matching game that involves a shopping cart and finding items to put in your shopping cart. And then after that, we played a little bit of charades for kids. Quiet. Library.
Quiet.
Oh, good job. How about we do number 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Walking. Play chess.
Good job.
Walking.
Wave.
Surfing.
Doing the wave.
Skipping.
Moana. Spinning, dancing. Hula.
Hula.
Ballet.
Tornado. Twister.
Surfing.
Surfing.
Flying.
Flying.
Sailboat.
Water bending.
Water.
Air bending.
Airbend.
Wind.
Wind.
Gale.
Gale.
Wind. Yeah. After lunch and some board games, we all set out to do some more snowshoeing. Ami was having a real hard time staying on her feet. She kept stepping on her snowshoes. And so Kim and her decided to go back into the house, and Eliana and I set off on an adventure.
They look like bear trails.
Oh no, this somebody else has got snowshoes on. This is Tuki.
What if it's a bear?
It's bears don't wear snowshoes. These are snowshoes. Okay. Hey, quit lifting your feet up so high. Pretend you're sneaking on the floor. You got sneaky feet, okay? That's what you do. Sneaky feet. That's how you walk. There you go. Perfect. Sneaky feet. Right before we turned around, Eliana and I sat down and just kind of ate some snow, sat in the quiet, and then all of a sudden Eliana saw a squirrel and goes, "Squirrel!" and then gets up to chase it.
Squirrel. Over there. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. The trail leads.
You saw a squirrel? After snowshoeing, we were exhausted and starving, so we headed into town and found a restaurant called Frenchie's, which actually serves Louisiana food. We got cheeseburgers for the girls, we got a po' boy for me, and gumbo. Oh, smells good. Color me surprised to find gumbo in McCall. So this is pretty good. A little weird though, putting tomato in their gumbo, but the flavor's good.
I don't want this on it.
You don't want meat on your burger? You ready to have a movie night?
Yeah.
What are we gonna watch?
Dixie.
Because of Winn-Dixie. So the next morning we were checking out, so we cleaned everything up and headed to the coffee shop to get some coffee before we took Eliana to the ice rink and we were gonna play some hockey. Now, if you've been watching our channel for a little while, you may have seen about 6 months before COVID started, we put Eliana in Learn to Skate classes at Idaho Ice World. She had gone through 2 sessions of that, and she was getting pretty good on her skates, but at this point, it's been almost an entire year since she's been on the ice due to COVID. And so we were excited to find that they had ice available and that you could sign up and pay $10 and you could just go skate around with a stick. It did take her about 5 to 10 minutes before she remembered how to skate because it's been such a long time. And so we just kind of played around and had some fun. Ice skating was the last thing we had on our list to do in McCall, so we got Eliana undressed, headed back to the car, loaded up everybody, and headed back to Boise. It was snowing most of the time while we were in McCall, and right before we left, everything cleared up. It was really nice weather outside. It was a great drive, bright. The roads were perfect. Wasn't an issue getting back at all. And so we just kind of enjoyed the drive. Kind of expected this to be the last snow we were going to see for the season. And I think that's actually the case for us. And so we really enjoyed this trip. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video of us going up to McCall, renting an Airbnb, and just playing in the snow. The winter in Boise was actually pretty dry up until the weekend before we left, where it actually dumped a ton of snow, and so we got to play in the snow twice. I was really excited that Eliana finally got to ice skate for the first time in a year, and hopefully we'll get to be doing more of that soon. But thank you for watching. If you guys aren't already subscribers to our channel, please hit that red subscribe button. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. We look forward to bringing you more videos in the future, and we hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.